Om Shanti. So this evening we are welcoming Brother Ramesh, who is officially the additional Secretary General of the Brahma Kumaris and the chairperson of the World Renewal Spiritual Trust. He's been with Baba since Sakar Baba's days and has so many beautiful stories to tell about those days. And in fact, Mama and Baba both used to stay in Ramesh Bhai's home in Mumbai. And I had the great privilege of also staying there many times and sleeping in the bed that Baba and Mama used to sleep in. So he carries with him so many beautiful feelings, memories, stories, and that whole yagya feeling that is in so few of our seniors now. But this evening, he's going to share about a very interesting topic, turning points in service. And this is based on this season's Mulis. And I'm not sure if you know, but the latest service that Brother Ramesh has been involved in is serving Bollywood by bringing them to Godlywood. So Baba now has a studio in Shantivan called Godlywood. And when I was just in Mumbai, I was telling a few of the Bollywood people, and they loved this name. They absolutely loved it. So I'm sure many of them will come. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but a few times this season, Baba said to Ramesh Bhai, I saw this myself, he said, take care of your body because Baba still has a lot of service to do through you, and he's going to do so much through you. So we'll wait and see what also the future holds. So very lovely that Brother Ramesh has come, especially from Shantivan, to be with us this evening. And there's another treasure and surprise and wonderful thing happening this evening. Do you know? You know? Okay. For those who don't know, Daddy Janki is also coming at 7 o'clock. So what a day. So Brother Ramesh, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yesterday I was sitting with Dadi Janki, and Dadi told me that I must meet you all and share some of our experiences and all those things. I said, okay, Dadi. And then suddenly in the evening, Sister Shilu telephoned me. I said, okay, I will try to adjust my other appointments and engagements. And that's how I am here in front of you. Just now we heard song in Hindi about samay, about time. On this subject of time, there are so many scriptures and so many things written. Even in Hindi, also in Sanskrit also, there is that Sanskrit verse, Kalo na yati vayame yataha. It means time is not passing, but we are passing. According to them, you see, in those days, you see, it was thought that time is static and we are moving. And therefore, only if you remember, in those days there was the stories that the sun rises in the east and the sun is on his chariot and he is moving and traveling from east to west. And then in the end, you see, at the end, again you see, he is not visible, and then again next day morning it will come. So they were thinking that the sun is moving. And I know if you remember that Copernicus and others, you see, when they said that no, the sun is not moving, but earth is moving, and those Galileo and others also, they were crucified or they were having so many big problems. Even in English literature or philosophical literature, Kant and Hegel, they have also written many books or many theories on the subject of time. What is time? Today's topic is not on time, otherwise I could have discussed you in detail. What is Kant is saying about time, what is Hegel is saying about time. And these days, you see, in the days of computer, there is another new direction that just as in case of computer you can erase anything and you can do anything again and again on the with the help of your computer. You cannot do anything in case of time. You cannot erase anything or anything. Time is not interchangeable and all those things are there at the moment. So these are the new theories. In our Baba's knowledge also, time factor plays very important role because we know that the cycle is of 5,000 years. Therefore, the cycle is also bound by time factor. Sri Baba is also bound by time factor because he says that I do not interfere in this worldly management during the golden age and silver age, and my role starts on and after only copper age. Once I told Avyakta Baba also that Baba, you see, as per Christianity, also Christian rules and regulations and theory and philosophy, God created world and he took 6 days time to create the world, and on the seventh day he had taken holiday. So God only took holiday only one day in a week. And I told Baba that you are taking holiday for 50% of the time. Where golden age and silver age, you don't have any work and you don't interfere. You don't come and help us also. So in our institution also, everything is based on time. Recently, we celebrated in India this platinum jubilee of the institution. That is again based on time, that we have completed 75 years. Dadi Janki was in Bombay before about 10-15 days, and she had given us a new idea that in Bombay, godly service started in 1952 because Dadis and others, they migrated from Pakistan to India in 1950. And then in 51, sisters started doing godly service at different places. And in Bombay, they came in 52. So Dadi Janki gave us a new idea that Bombay should celebrate 60 years of the godly service in India, in Bombay. Just as you see, we are celebrating outside India 40 years of godly service outside India. Like that, you see, Balaji said, celebrate 60 years of godly service in Bombay. Let us see what happens. But point is that, you see, time is a very important factor. And Baba is also conscious of time. And based on time, Baba also modifies his divine versions, divine directions and all those things. In those early days, Baba had given us this direction that we must do godly service of all human beings. Give them this message of Baba, that Baba has come, God has come, and you can have your inheritance from God the Supreme. So we were giving this message to everyone, and the Baba gave us reason also that at a time of destruction, nobody should complain that, oh God, why you did not inform us of your incarnation on this earth? Why we could not get the benefit of your godly knowledge and all those things? And therefore, Baba said that I don't want to listen to such things you say about me, and therefore I want you to give message to all. And it is a fact. In 1974, we were in Dar es Salaam in Africa, and we had our function. And then at the end of the function, you see, the deputy mayor of Dar es Salaam was an Indian. So he told me that I want to send message to Sri Baba. I said, why? What do you want to send by way of message? He said that I want to ask Sri Baba that why this discrimination? You came in India in 1937 and we got your message of your incarnation in 74. Why this wastage of 37 years? Why? I said, I don't have any answer for these things. Said, why you got message late by 37 years and why India got preference of message right from 1937. Point is that, you see, message oriented, it was in those days, you see, in the beginning, the main aim and object of godly service was to give message oriented godly service. And that was the primary object. And therefore what happened that we started exhibitions, we started projector shows and conferences and all those things. And ultimate object in case of all such activities, godly service activities, was to inform about the incarnation of Baba and invite people to take their inheritance from Baba through this divine institution. So in those days it was message-oriented godly service. Then Baba slightly changed his approach and then he asked us that instead of just giving message, you should give them experience also. So that, you see, because if you have experience, then you can't forget. If you know, I gave example also, Baba, that the difference between salt and sugar, that difference in taste and all those things can be understood only and only if you put that salt and sugar on your tongue and if you taste it, if you experiment with it, if you experience these things, then only you can understand the difference between the two. And then once you have experienced this difference, then you can never forget. And therefore Baba said that make intensive efforts of giving experience and also doing experiments also. So then in between we had this problem of, or we had this method of giving experience, that means we called it as experience-oriented or experiment-oriented godly service. So this was the main target. First was message-oriented godly service, second was experience and experiment-oriented godly service. Now, during this season, Baba has changed his strategy right from the beginning. But this new season started for India, that means from souls from India, not from outside India, because outside India you got this, I think, on 25th of September. But otherwise for Indians, you see, the season started on and from 15th of November last year. You must be remembering all these dates also. It's very important to remember dates. So, in the very first Murli, Baba changed the strategy. And I have labeled it, this new strategy, as a result-oriented godly service. So we have, it is just like stepping stone from message-oriented godly service to experiment and experience-oriented godly service. And then the third stage or the third step is result-oriented godly service. Why? Because we say whatever we have done by way of organizing exhibitions, functions and whatnot, then what is the result of it? And second thing, why we are thinking of result? Because, you know, if a student is studying, he is always interested in the result ultimately, because then he knows that if he succeeds in that examination and if he knows that his result, because he knows that, you see, that after the end of the examination there will be result, and when the result is out, then what will happen? That he will be in a higher class also. So therefore, you see, an intelligent student always waits for the examination and the result also. So at the end of the, even in business also, at the end of the year, a businessman is concerned with the result, that what is the profit or what is the loss. If business is resulting in loss, then they will take precautions to find out reasons of the loss. And based on those reasons, they will try to modify their strategy and they will try to reduce the losses. And if not, ultimately then what they will do, they will close down the business also because they cannot suffer too much of loss. So this is what we have got in the world also, result-oriented godly service. And here also in Baba's case also, Baba has started from this year. If you remember, refer this, read these Murlis of this season based on this result-oriented godly service, then you will realize the points which Baba is telling us, the strategy which Baba is asking us to adopt is to find out four things. Baba has asked first that we should have my quality brothers and sisters. My quality means such brothers and sisters whose voice will be heard by the people and whose experiences will be useful for them to adopt Baba's knowledge. So number one is my quality children of Baba, and therefore Baba has asked us to have such strategy whereby we can increase my quality students also in our this divine family. My quality, then second strategy is that who will be able to get inheritance of this knowledge. And therefore, you see, Baba has said that, you see, you must develop and invite such students who can become real students of Baba, because all children, naturally, they get inheritance from their father. And therefore, you see, inheritance type of godly services should be there so that the people will accept these things. And inheritance is very important thing in case of Baba's knowledge also, because what happens that, this is what Baba has said also in his Murlis, that all the preceptors who might have established their different types of religions, these preceptors, when they leave their body, because nobody is immortal, the bodies are mortal, so when they leave their body, they take birth again and again and again in that particular dynasty, in that particular religion. And what happens that they sustain and maintain their religion. They guide that religion. And Baba has said so many times also about Christ, about Guru Nanak and other preceptors also, that they are on this world stage in different costume, but they are taking care of their religion. And they all, that means we all, including these preceptors and all others, will go back to our soul world at the end of the world, that means after the destruction. But in case of Sri Baba, Baba says that, you see, he does not and he cannot come in the golden age and silver age. He wants to give us this inheritance for 2,500 years. He wants to find out from and among us that those souls who are capable enough to take care of the world. And what will happen that he can take rest peacefully in the soul world without getting any disturbance from any one of us for 2,500 years. So he wants to find out such children from and among us, you see, that they will be able to carry out or carry on the world operation, that means world management of the world from the Satyuga, from the golden age and silver age also. And therefore, inheritance is very important strategy in our divine family also. That means inheritance means those worthy souls who will be capable enough to maintain peace and all those divine virtues and everything on this earth. And therefore this inheritance part is very important, which no other religion has got this particular strategy of inheritance, of giving inheritance to the children. And therefore Baba, in most of the Murlis, he always refers to us as his children. And what happens, the children only get inheritance from their parents. And therefore, from that angle also, this inheritance is a very important strategy of our divine family. And with the result, what happens that this inheritance means those who are capable enough to run and maintain and manage the New World Order for 2500 years. I always think that Baba's, this institution is such institution where Baba is giving training to those prospective future kings and queens of the such golden age and silver age. It is just a college or institution for training princes and princesses of the new world order. This is this real strategy. This is very really important for all of us. And therefore, what happens? Baba always tells us that, you see, Baba, he says, I am that lucky father whose all the children are capable enough to become king and queens of the future world. No such father in the world, you see, will be having those number of children who will be capable enough to take care of the administration after getting that inheritance from his father. Everywhere you see, it is successor and succession is a big problem. Everywhere. Because if the successors in office, or successor in the kingdom as a king and queen, if they are not capable enough, then what will happen? Then they cannot defend their kingdom against enemies and others also. There cannot be peace and happiness in his kingdom. And therefore, what has happened that this question of succession is very important subject. If we don't have time, otherwise we could have discussed about from the Indian monarchy, this Mughal time or Maratha period, you see, of the history. Then we will realize that how, you see, those successors of the predecessors, they were not capable enough, and because of that, what happened, and how they lost their kingdom, and all those things are there. So this question of succession is very important, and therefore Baba has said that we should have that quality of souls who can inherit this world order, world peace, or world strategy, or world empire and all those things. You see, Baba is calling us world emperor and world empress. This phrase is not there in any other religion, that of world emperor and world empress. So this is very important thing, and therefore Baba has asked us in this season that you have to find out how many such souls you have you came into contact, and how many such souls you have developed as future kings and queens who will be capable enough to receive in right manner inheritance of Baba as future kings and queens of the new world order. So that is the second strategy which Baba has said, that first is my quality, then second is this about his inheritance, that capable enough such souls who will be able to manage and maintain the new world order. Third strategy which Baba said on 15th of November is that how many students you have encouraged, or how many students through you they have accepted Sri Baba as they have accepted this divine family and divine life, and that means, you see, the real student who will be managing and developing in this divine inculcation of all those activities and all those things in their individual lives also. So that is the third one. And that is applicable to normally all of us, because we are all students, and that is the real strategy, that we have adopted and accepted Baba. So we have adopted Baba, and therefore, conversely, Baba has adopted us also. Because this is a two-way strategy. If we adopt Baba, then only Baba will adopt us. Otherwise, it is not possible. And the fourth strategy Baba said on the 15th of November was that how many of you, how many of your students, they have accepted Sri Baba as their spiritual father? And how many of them have accepted that the new life order of a Brahma Kumar and Brahma Kumari. We all had our own family life. We all had our individual strategy also of our daily life, daily routine and all those things. And you must be knowing that none of you, or none, including me also, we were not knowing Sri Baba and his activities and ultimate aims and objects of the institution. Only when we got this knowledge, then we realized that we are souls and we are the children of God the Supreme. And therefore we have developed this new concept in our institution. That new concept is divine family. Divine family is a new concept. If you refer to any dictionary, in none of the dictionaries of the world, you see, on English literature or English words, there is that word divine family. This divine family word has been coined by Baba, and Baba has said that, you see, you are the members of this divine family, with Brahma Baba as your father and Mateshwari as your mother, and you are the children. And as children of this father and mother, you are brothers and sisters, interse in between, in this divine family. And this concept is a very important concept, which many of our sisters and brothers, even from India also, they do not understand the meaning of this divine family. This divine family concept has been accepted by the Income Tax Department and others also in India also. It's a new concept, but when we have argued with the government and those officers, they have accepted this, that Brahma Kumar is a divine family. It's a big topic, you see, because if I have to explain you on the subject of divine family, I will require 1 hour to explain you the importance of this word divine family. But please remember that it is an honor to become members of this divine family, to be called as Brahma Kumar or Brahma Kumari. It's a big honor. Just as you see, in many countries, some titles are given by government and others also. In same manner, in this divine family, Baba is giving us this title that you are Brahma Kumar and Brahma Kumari. This title and that right to own or have a badge and to put that badge on our on our say right hand side of your body or left hand side of the body is really an honor, because this badge which we get it from Baba, or the ring also which we get it from Baba, is symbol of our inheritance, our right, our capacity and capability of justifying this life as a divine family member. So these 4 questions were Baba, 4 ways, means first inheritance, then my quality, then accepting Baba, and then last one, accepting this divine family's status. These 4 types of strategy has been modified or has been installed by Baba in this godly service from this 15th of November, this new season. And therefore, in all those Murlis, Baba has always asked that give me result, give me the number of students you have who have accepted me, give me names of students who have accepted this divine family, give me list of those students who are of my quality, or give me list of those students who are capable enough to receive this inheritance from Shiv Baba. Even in last Murli of this, last Murli means just before this 10-15 days, you see, there also Baba has said that double foreigners, they have also accepted these things, and double foreigners are also busy with this strategy of at least developing such souls among themselves who are capable enough to receive godly service, this inheritance from Baba, or those who are of my quality and all those things. And Baba has asked all the centers in India also and outside India also to give that list to Baba, so that Baba wants to know the real divine family statistics and who are capable and who will be able to manage and all those things. Because Baba is concerned with time also. In each of those murlis from 15th of November, Baba has given great emphasis on time factor. That Baba has said that, you see, anything can happen, and whatever that will happen will be suddenly. It cannot be predicted in advance, but it will all happen suddenly. And Baba has said that those of our ancestors, that means those who have left their bodies, who were members of this divine family, they are also asking Baba that when will this world transformation will take place. Baba has also said that even these five elements also want to know how when they will have to start their activity and perform this world transformation act and see that, you see, this transformation takes place as early as possible, without pain, without misery and all those things, so that the souls can leave their bodies without suffering, and all those things will be taking place. So this is how Baba has stated these things. And then for this purpose, Baba has said that you have to increase your efforts. And therefore Baba has used three new words or new dimensions. One is that ready. We have to be ready. That was the normal terminology in the earlier days, that we have to be ready. Then last year, when Sister Mohini of our Shantivan, when she went to Baba, last year Baba asked her that how many of my children they are ever ready. So for the first time, from ready, the word ever ready was introduced. And this is now also it is being explained that when Baba has said that in view of this time factor, instead of being ready, you should be always ever ready. So this new word coined by Baba, ever ready, is very important because, and Baba has asked, as I was telling you, that Baba asked Sister Mohini that how many my children they are ready, ever ready. So Mohini when replied to Baba that I don't know. That is the work of Dadi Prakashmani and Dadi Janki and others only. These Dadis don't know that what is the ultimate result among the students, among the children. And so then Baba invited Dadi Prakashmani in that subtle region. And then Baba asked Dadi Prakashmani that how many of my children are ever ready. I don't know whether you know this story. And then Dadi Prakashmani very nicely replied on behalf of all of us. That Dadi replied that all your children, all our brothers and sisters, they are number-wise ever ready. Number-wise ever ready. Means Baba Dadi says that everybody is ready, ever ready, but number-wise. Somebody may be in number one, first category, somebody may be in the second category, somebody may be in the third category. So, but we are all ever ready. And therefore what happens that we get that satisfaction from Dadi Prakashmani or from Baba also that we are ever ready, depending on our number. So this is why the number-wise importance is given to word this ever ready. Then another word. Another word is Baba has used this word in this season is efforts. Baba has asked us to put in efforts so that you see we can attain perfection. And all those things are there. And there Baba has added that word in front of this word efforts. You know that word which Baba has used? Intense efforts. Means forcefully or hard work or hard engineering of this our divine life and divine ultimate family and all those things and divine virtues, inculcating these divine virtues in our life and all those things. So hard work, intensive efforts. So the word intensive is very important. This Baba has said that you have to increase your efforts. And you may be, those of you have heard last two Avyakta Murlis, they will realize that Baba has welcomed new children in this divine family. You know, when Baba asks, how many of you are meeting me for the first time? And then if you look at the number of students sitting in the audience, you will find that at least 60% of them are new children. Tomorrow also when you meet Baba, when we meet Baba, Baba will be asking this question and Baba will be welcoming new children also. And then if you refer to those statistics, you will find that at least 60% of the students in the audience must be new children of Baba. Out of that, 60%, 50% of them, means about 30% are new children on account of godly service done through this electronic media. That means television and other things also. And therefore, and it is very important thing that the way in which divine family is increasing on account of this electronic media is very important, and therefore only we have, just as sister told you about this Godlywood studio, that we want to utilize this electronic media in such a manner that the godly service result will be very useful and very quick, and we want to achieve our ultimate aim as fast as possible. And therefore, this Baba has said intensive efforts. So this is a new word which is ready, ever ready, efforts and all those things. And then for this, for attainment of this, up till now, we were doing yoga. Up till now, we were doing yoga. And then Baba has changed the strategy also. And in that case, Baba has said that now it should be volcanic type of yoga. You remember these things, these words? Volcanic type of yoga. Jwalamukhi yoga, as Baba has said in Hindi. You may not be knowing that Mount Abu is connected with volcanoes. I don't know how many of you know that this Mount Abu is based on the volcanic activity on the earth crust. This Nakhi Lake, in the opinion of those who are dealing with this earth and all those things, you see, they say that, you see, this Nakhi Lake is the result of, it's the mouth of a frozen volcano. Nakhi Lake, you know, you must have seen Nakhi Lake. Some of you might have gone there for boating also, and all those things are there, you see. And it is so sad. I mean, as per the scriptures and all those things, it is that, you see, I mean, one somebody tried to dig these things, and through his finger and nails and all those things, you see, this digging of hole and all those things was caused by these nails. And therefore, from nails, it became Nakhi Lake. That is one part of the story, based on scriptures and mythology and others. And those who are dealing with the earth crust, those experts in the field of geography and others, they say that Nakhi Lake is the mouth of a frozen volcano. So this volcano or volcano type of yoga is also related to us, and therefore this symbol of Nakhi Lake as a volcanic yoga or mouth of a frozen volcano. You see, so many things are related to us in Mount Abu. If you go to Dilwara temple, you see, and see those things, you see, those carving and others, Baba has said that these are also symbols of our own efforts which we had put in the last kalpa. And based on that thing, these things have been constructed, this carving and all those things have taken place. So this Dilwara is our own, resulting temple, and all those things are there. So many things have, there are other things also, sunset and sunrise and all those things also. If you go to sunset point, you will see that the sun getting down, the sunset is there, you see. That is what also Baba has given us the example, that sunset which you see also is like that, that the world will also set like this, you see, like the sun which is now going down the horizon. from your vision. Like that, you see. So many things are here, you see. And therefore only, if you remember, when we migrated, the institution migrated from Karachi to in India, what happened? That Baba gave that idea that you must find out a new place which will be full of your historical activities of the past cycle, past birth, and all those things. And then there should be nice temperature so that people can have nice temperature, because you see in India there is so much of heat and all those things, so it should be a hill station. And like that, so many things were told to Didi Manmohini. When in Karachi, they had a very peaceful life. They had no problems based on riots and all those things. But the relatives of those sisters who had surrendered their lives and who were staying with Baba in Karachi, these relatives wanted them to migrate to India from Karachi, from Pakistan. And therefore Didi Manmohini was given this charge of finding out the suitable place of migration from Karachi to India. So she came first to Bombay, and then near Bombay there are two hill stations, Matheran and Mahabaleshwar. So she went to see those two places, Matheran and Mahabaleshwar. But she found that they were not so easily accessible by transport, because rail transport is the easiest and cheapest method of transport. That rail transport was not available in Matheran and Mahabaleshwar. So they were searching and searching and searching. Then Didi Manmohini's brother took Didi Manmohini to Ahmedabad. And there, because he had some work in Ahmedabad with his guru. And so when he took Didi Manmohini also, you come, you see, and see, meet my guru also. So Didi said, okay, in any case, I am in search of a new place where we can transfer ourselves from Karachi to India. So she also went with her brother. And then that guru was informed by Didi Manmohini's brother that these things, you see, my sister is here, and she has been sent by Dada Lekrai, Brahma Baba, that, you see, to find out suitable place for migration from Karachi to India. And then this description was detailed description of the type which we wanted was told to his guru by Didi's brother. And then the name of that guru is Gangeshwaranand. I don't know, those of you who know in India, he is a guru who is blind also, but a very good memory and all those things are there. I have also met him so many times, because he is that guru, you see, who has got great respect for Brahma Kumaris. I think now he has already left body, but otherwise during his lifetime he was always not like that Sadhu Vaswani. Sadhu Vaswani was always against us, whereas this Guru Gangeshwaranand was always in favor of Brahma Baba. So he suggested that you go to Mount Abu. I have also got my ashram in Mount Abu also. If you come to, from bus stand, if you take a right turn, then there is a building which is owned by this Gangeshwaranand and his institution. So he said that, I know Mount Abu is a very important place, so you go there and see that thing. And Didi Manmohini was brought by car. And then when she was climbing up, she realized that thing by looking at the atmosphere and environment and the scenic beauty of Mount Abu. She thought that this is a good place. And then next day morning, she said that, let me find out whether any place is available or not. So when they were in search of a suitable accommodation, they met one gentleman, and Didi asked him, is there any good accommodation so that we can migrate from Karachi to here in India? And then that gentleman said, yes, this bridge koti, there is one building near the entrance of the entrance into Mount Abu. There is one building. If you, those who have not seen bridge koti, you must see all these old, so to say, our own symbolic places of our stay. Bridge Koti, then Bharatpur Koti, then Kota House, and then lastly this Pandav Bhavan. So all these places, just as people go there, you see, for pilgrimage to Pandav Bhavan, those 4 places of pilgrimage that Baba has described, like that all these old symbols of our strategy. Because I have gone there to Bridge Koti, and then Dadi Nirmal Shanta told us that, look, this is the room in which Brahma Baba was staying, this is the room in which Mama was staying, and all those things like that, you see. These buildings, Bridge Koti, Bharatpur Koti, and Kota House, these are these symbols of our own ancestors. That means there where Didi Manmohini was staying, where Dadi Prakashmani was staying, where Dada Vishwakishore was staying. All those things are there, you see. And how Baba was conducting classes, where the Murli class was going on, and all those things are there. So when you come to India and when you visit Mount Abu, you must see all those things, so that then you realize. For example, many brothers and sisters come to Bombay, and I take them to the place where Brahma Baba was staying in Bombay. Then place where Baba had his jewelry shop also. And so like that, you see, these are all our symbols, you see, of historical importance. And so like that, you see, I mean, Baba is changing the history of this institution and asking us to improve in such a manner that we complete this world cycle in such a manner that we don't have problem for the future, or at the time of destruction, we can easily leave this world. And therefore, this volcanic yoga is there. Same thing regarding yoga also, I mean, for the godly service also, in this season also, and in the last season also, Baba has given emphasis on not only on the godly service through mouth, but Baba has, lastly, before 2 Murlis, has introduced this word that through your face and through your activities, you must be able to do godly service. Through your face also, your face is your reflection, your face is your mirror. And through in this mirror, others who are coming in front of you, they must be able to see their own future from your this face or the mirror. So this is what Baba has said, that your life activities, you see, lifestyle will also do godly service. Similarly, your face also will do godly service. On this subject, what happened that when Baba said that through your this chehra and chalan, as he has said in Gujarat, in Hindi, through your face and through your lifestyle activities, you will be able to do godly service. Next day I was conducting my class on the Murli, and one gentleman asked me that how it is possible. How can we do godly service without uttering a single word through our face or through our activities? So I gave them one example, that before about 7-8 years, what happened that the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, you know where this Hyderabad is there, chief minister of that place came to Abu, and he was given accommodation here in Gyansarovar, but Baba was to come in Shantivan, so he was coming with us from Gyansarovar to Shantivan, and then he was there in front of Baba. He listened to Baba, he listened to Baba's Avyakta Murli and all those things. And then he was impressed not by Baba's knowledge, not by Baba's depth, but not by Baba's activities or all those things. He was impressed by the audience sitting in front of Baba. That he said that these 25,000 people sitting without making any noise, absolutely dead silence. Such things, he said, in our politicians' meeting never happen. People are quarreling and disturbing and all those things. All varieties of disturbances are there in our politicians' meetings. Whereas in your case, you see, this dead silence and all those things, you see, I mean, how it is possible? So then we said that it is because of yoga and all those things. Then he offered us that if I invite you and give you land in Hyderabad, will you like to come there and start your activities in Hyderabad? And we said, yes, we can do these activities. And he gave us 34.5 acres of land, free of charge, or on a token rent of 1,000 rupees per acre, token rent. And we have constructed this Shanti Sarovar retreat in Hyderabad. The value of that land in last 10 years, you see, it has jumped up to such an extent that it is, this land, 34 acres, will cost, now if you have to buy this plot of 34 acres, it will cost us at least ₹1 billion. So this land worth billion rupees, you see, we got it only why? That in the audience, 25,000 people were sitting quietly, listening to Baba without making any noise, fully, and they were sitting with full devotion, full attention to Baba and Baba's Murli. So this, even our attention, full attention, without making any noise and all those things, can give us land worth billions of rupees. Then godly service through our faith and through our activities can also result in wonderful godly types of activities and results also. So this is the last point that has been given to us, told to us by Baba, that you have to improve upon these things, you see, and you must develop this new strategy. That through your faith also you can do godly service, through your activities also, your lifestyle also, you can go do godly service also. And the last point is that Mansa Seva. Through your mind, through your vibrations, you can do godly service. So this is the last thing, because at the time of destruction, you cannot hold exhibitions, you cannot hold conferences, you cannot hold any other activity. You are sitting in your home, and what to do at that time? At that time, you see, those who have got this experience of doing godly service through your mind and intellect, through vibrations and all those things, then they will only be successful in doing godly service at the time of destruction. And therefore, this Baba has said that you must develop this Mansa Seva type of, this is new variety, through words, through actions and all those things that we are doing, but now only through our mind, through this godly service through our mind, through our mental attitude and all those things is very important, and this is the new dimension of our godly service also. And that also we must learn, that how best we can do this type of godly service from among the divine family, so that we can attain the highest status in the golden age. So this is how Baba has changed the godly service strategy in this divine family during the last, say about, I think 9 Murlis have been already heard. 15th November, then 30th November, then 15th December, 31st of December, 18th January, then 2nd of February, and then another, I think 17th or 18th of February, and then this month also. This month there will be 3 Murlis, on 2nd March, then 20th March, and then 3rd of April. So then that means in all 9 Murlis will be there. And therefore, my humble suggestion to you, all of us, to all of you, is that please revise these Murlis and find out what are the new directions given to us by Baba, what are the new dimensions of the godly service. And these are the current instructions of Baba. And my experience is that if we accept and if we do godly service on the basis of the current instructions of Baba, then we get extra benefit, extra power, extra means purpose also of doing godly service, because this is the current thing, that based on the current time factor, these are the requirements of the godly service based on this time factor. And as time is very important, based on that thing, these activities also, this type of services also, which Baba has explained to us in this season, is all, these things are also very important. Earlier godly services, we can do those things also. But the new varieties, new types are more important, because it will give us more benefit, they will be all more result-oriented godly services. And therefore, you see, if we change our strategy and if we pay proper attention to these new developments, which Baba has now strategically developed in this divine family. These are the new strategies also, new dimensions also. And therefore, if we adopt these new dimensions and new strategy and modify our inner being also, for example, the yoga also, that volcanic type of yoga, and all those things are there, you see, they are very important things. So with that, we can do much faster than this ordinary type of yoga also. So the aims are also changing, the methods are also changing, and all those things are there in this current year's Murlis also. So therefore, I always ask brothers and sisters that adopt these new ways and means of godly service as taught to us by Baba in this season. And therefore, pay attention to these new dimensions, new activities, new varieties of godly service, and be the master of these new varieties of godly service. I always do not like that proverb, that jack of all and master of none. We should be master of all and jack of none. We must develop in such a manner that we become master of all, just like a doctor. Doctor who is in front of a patient is in front of doctor, then doctor realizes that this patient is suffering from, say, typhoid. Then what happens? The doctor must know that what are the remedies, what are the medicines available for typhoid. It's not that, you see, then he starts referring to his books and reading, then what are the remedies, what are the medicines and all those things for typhoid. He must know these things, that what are the medicines required for malaria, for typhoid, for cancer and all those things like that. We must also be able to know varieties of godly service and try to find out the importance of the person who is in front of us. In this season's Murli, Baba has said also one thing, that your time is very important. Your time is very important, and therefore what happens? Baba has said that, you see, if somebody is coming in front of you and you are giving him 7 days course, but he is not paying attention, not listening to you properly, then you must say that, okay, forget about it. You are not capable enough to receive over this knowledge and all those things. So Baba has said that time factor is also very important for all of you also. So like that, there are so many points in this season, you see, in these last 9 Murlis also. And these new developments are very important. Try to pay attention to these new developments in the field of godly service. And with the result, what happens that we will be able to be masters of the future world order. So my time is up. Our sister Shilu is also here. Dadi Janki was also to come here. She is coming soon. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you see I am able to convey to you the essence of this season's Avyakta Murlis right from 15th of November. Om Shanti.